I'm Steve London. I'm a film and television composer from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I work in Los Angeles. I did the music for Chow, Beyond the Lines, which was nominated for an Oscar in short documentary this year, and I'm the co-composer of the score of Born to Be Blue, the new Chet Baker anti-biopic being released in. Every film is different. This one was unique, I think, for me anyway. I got to work with David Braid, who was the guy who did all the arrangements of the Chet Baker songs and recorded all the jazz. And I worked with another composer. His name is Todor Kovakov, and also another Canadian, and a really good composer. And we all had our, I guess, kind of jobs, if you want to call it that, our assignments. And at the end of the movie, ultimately, I was working with Robert Budrow, the director, and we were combining all the elements together, also with the help of a music, to make everything sort of interlock and flow and all these type of things, because you're absolutely right. It's a jazz movie. There's a lot of music. Specifically, there's a lot of jazz. I would say that the biggest discussion that we had in terms of the score, Robert and I had, was how do we make the underscore fit into the world of Chet Baker and jazz, but not be jazz, because we have so much jazz all through the movie. We don't want the score to be jazz, because then it's just 90 minutes of jazz, which isn't a bad thing. But when you're doing a movie, obviously you want to hit the emotional points of Chet Baker, and so this was the biggest challenge. And I think Todor had the same discussions with Rob. And so my solution at my end to do it was, I said, well, Chet has his trumpet for his stage persona, and he represents himself on stage through voice or trumpet. But the real Chet, in real sort of when he's not on the stage, he's a very sad, tragic kind of character. He's a tortured artist, obviously. And I said, instrumentally speaking, I think a clarinet is more indicative of his emotional soul than a trumpet, because the trumpet's very loud and brassy, and I mean you can play it in a soft way, but it's still very projected and forceful, and you're putting it out into the audience. A clarinet can be loud and amazingly, versatile, but also can be very soft and quiet, and it's an intimate instrument. And it also bridges the worlds of jazz and classical. So it hits on both the elements of score and jazz. So it fits into both the worlds. And I think Todor, I can't speak exactly for him, but I think he had a similar discussion about the piano that he used in some of his themes and ideas, which I was able to then take and implement as well with my clarinet ideas. And again, we did the concept was that, and some of the material David Braid wrote, I was able to take and process electronically and write new things on top. Same with Todor's material. And at the end, we just sort of shaped a very different sounding style of music than the jazz. But when you see the film, I think that they flow together very well. And that was really the goal, so that you never really instantly say, oh, this is jazz, oh, this is the score. It should all seamlessly go together.